Hello? Nope, that's the wrong button. Hold on. Ahem. Hello? Now we're actually doing the correct one. It's only meant to open up a little bit. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome to this stream, my stream. And what will probably be your favorite stream going forward. You'll look back on this and say, man, that was a good stream. Nothing ever compared to that stream. And I am Little Red, in case you're new here and or forgot the name of the channel that you clicked on. But you should remember it because, like I said, it's going to be your favorite stream in your entire life. I can almost guarantee it. Almost. I can't guarantee everything, but you know, almost is pretty good. I like to think that's pretty good. I hope your week's been good. Hope your day's been good. And if not, hopefully this favorite stream of yours will turn it all around. And yeah, today's improv story day, as per usual. It's our usual Monday day. Monday day? This sounds weird. Improv story Monday. That's what I was trying to say. That's what day it is. That's what day it is, folks. So this idea that I just had recently, it's not anything like particularly scary, but I thought it would be like the kind of peak finale for our improv story sessions with October. We will be streaming, I will say we will be streaming on Halloween. We're going to be playing Faith. That is the plan. And I'm actually looking forward to that because I know it's gonna be scary, but I'm hopefully gonna enjoy it at the very least. But that is what the plan is for this coming Friday. But yeah, there's not really much else to say. Not much happened to me today. It's pretty simple day, pretty straightforward. Nothing too exciting. I had a large mocha instead of a regular small one, so I have extra energy for stream. So that'll either be being more eccentric, or I will crash out midway through. We'll see. I think it'll be more eccentric. I think the fact that I get caffeine 3 out of the 7 days of the week, in potentially 4, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's not creating some kind of addiction for me whatsoever. No, why would I ever do that? No. Anyway, I don't really have much else to say. I don't have much else to say, not stay. So we're gonna dim the lights. That's what's gonna happen. Look at that. They've been dimmed. The lights have been dimmed. Okay. Don't know why I'm making that joke. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just got a lot of caffeine in my system, but I'm ready. I'm ready, folks. Let's do it. Oh wait, actually wait. Wait. Never mind. Hold on 1 second. Forget the dimming of the lights. Undim. Okay, we're actually gonna because of ads, I don't want pre-rolls to happen on Twitch. So we are going to run like a minute 30 ads right now, just so we can get it over with, and then we will do the stream. But I just don't want like ads to be running while we're doing the story. So we're gonna run ads right now, and we'll be back in a second. I meant to say that earlier, but I forgot. That's the plan for today. We're gonna run ads starting now. Hold on. It's loading, it's buffering. There we go. Just hang it up here. So the ads, everyone watching on YouTube, you're not experiencing any of the ads, but ads are running. They are currently running right now. And it said pre-rolls are disabled for like 32 minutes, and it's like, okay. I thought they were fully disabled because pre-rolls. I have 3 minutes of ads running per hour, and I have net ad revenue share is 55%. Wow. So hour don't block 55 ad revenue. To unblock 50. Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't even know what that fully means, but the stream elements just run its own ads on top of my ads. Did it cut off my ad break? Stream elements. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What's happening? Why are you doing this to me? I don't know when that started. I don't know when to pause the stream. It's ads are running, but I don't know when. I don't know when they'll stop. Stream elements, you've confused me. You've officially perplexed me. I've been perplexed. Perplexination has occurred. Are the ads over? Has it happened? Are we allowed to come back? I don't know. I don't know now. Why, stream elements? Why do you do these things to me? Why do you gotta make it so that the ads stop running to run other ads? I don't know. I think we can safely assume that they're over. I think we can safely assume that. I think we're okay now. If anyone in the chat wants to let me know if they are over or not, that would be great. And I guess if they aren't over, then you won't hear this message anyway. That's fine. It's okay if you're a lurker. We appreciate lurkers here. Still nice to have you in the chat. Anyway, I think we can get into the story now officially. I think ads are over. I think this can happen. I think we'll be okay. We'll make it, guys. We'll make it. It'll be okay. We can survive. Anywho. Alright, let's get into it. Let's do this, shall we? Let's do this. So this story, like all good stories, starts at my house. Because I mean, there are other good stories that don't start at my house, but all my good stories start at my house. Quite a conundrum. I don't understand it. But it started at the house. And I was hanging out and sitting by my front porch and sipping some coffee and watching the leaves fall and just kind of going, it's so nice to just enjoy the front porch smell and hang out on the front porch and watch the leaves fall and sip my coffee. And, man, what a peaceful day this has been. What about my bag? Of course, it wasn't gonna be that easy. Yeah! We need your help or something. Be there in a minute. Got stuff to do. So I finished my coffee, downing the rest of the glass, or I suppose the mug, and kind of regretted it because it was very warm. It kind of burnt all my insides ever so slightly, but I knew that one day I would recover. So I, feeling confident now that I didn't have any more coffee, hopped off my porch and walked down to the guy who was yelling at me, "Hey, aren't you the same guy who worked at the leaf factory?" "Yeah, that's me. Listen, I quit my job there and got another problem relating to fall." You got another fall problem? We got another fall problem. This one's specifically for Halloween. It's a very major problem. We really gotta get it figured out. What's the problem? Well, recently, all the monsters gotta come out on Halloween. They gotta terrorize all the people. Yeah. Well, if they don't, they gotta rehearse that beforehand. Rehearse their terrifying skills, because if they're not terrifying, then what's the point of them coming out? Well, they gotta rehearse it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, well, you see, the problem is that, Mr. Warveteran Pig, we can't find them. What do you mean you can't find them? we found them now, but for a while we couldn't find them. They just weren't showing up to work or anything. They just disappeared almost. But then we got from like a anonymous tip that this flyer, and he kind of handed me a flyer, and looked down at it, just the Monster Mash party. Come join us at the Monster Mansion up on Monster Hill, where all the monsters can go together and party to avoid doing work. You see, that's we believe that's where everyone is. So you think that all your employees went off to a party to avoid doing work for you because you're all lazy and tired? Yes, we do. That's very fair. Okay. So let me get this straight. You want me to go over there and convince a bunch of horrifying monsters to come work for you again? Well, yeah. How many monsters went missing exactly? Well, I mean, they got all the main ones over there. I mean, Cthulhu's still over here, but not many people can look at him, so it's hard to tell where he really is. But we assume that he's in the room. And we got the Kraken, but, you know, over there we got skeletons, zombies, Frankenstein, the Taxman. Oh, that's very scary. I always am afraid of him. He always shows up. All the other ones scare the little kids. He just comes to the front door and all the parents, they run off screaming. Yeah. I saw you last year. You were terrified of him. Oh yeah, he's scary. He's a scary man. And okay, so all the major monsters are over there, and a few minor ones, but yeah, majority of the major monsters. Okay, well, I'll find my way to Monster Hill up on Monster Mansion, to go see this Monster Mash party. They just kind of added monster in front of everything, didn't they? Well, we built it for them, but you know, we weren't very creative. We just added monster to the front of it. Right. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll go save Halloween by getting a bunch of monsters that will terrify some children. And so I left, determined to save the Halloween, because Halloween, you know, that is one of my favorite holidays, because like I've said before, that is one of the main holidays where you just get to stuff your face with a bunch of candy. And it's just all around nice. Who doesn't love stuffing their face with candy? Nobody. Everyone loves that. It's great. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting distracted. So I walked. And I could tell which one was Monster Hill and which one was Monster Mansion, because as you approached, the sky suddenly got very dark, and there was distant lightning and loud orchestras playing in the background all the time. No one knew where they came from, but it made it extra creepy. But so I approached, and there was lightning and the orchestra sounds. Da-da! I kind of just looked around, just... Who played that? Who brings that out? Who brings an instrument out here in the middle of the woods? And so I walked up the hill. It was raining, pouring down rain. And knocked on the front door. Creaked open slowly. And out stepped Frankenstein himself. Party glass, little plastic cup in his hand, full of punch. And he just looked at me and just, what do you want? So I got this flyer for the party. I thought I could come in. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't care. Thank you, Mr. Frankenstein. Please, call me Frankie. Okay, Frankie. No, that sounds weird. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I stepped in, and it was a loud banging music. It's a lot of music, a lot of people dancing. There were skeletons, there were zombies. There were all the different kinds of monsters. And I walked in there, and I was just like, excuse me, can someone tell me who's running this entire party? And I looked around, and then just one of the guys just, "Hey, boss, some guy here wants to see ya." And he's like, "Hold on, I'll get him." And he walked over to the corner of the room, this skeleton, and just kind of like knocked on the front of a sarcophagus that slowly opened. Just, "Who dares disturb?" "Sorry, who dares disturb my slumber?" I do, Mr. Mummy Man. Please call me the Pharaoh. And I hope you enjoy my party. Sorry, I'm sleeping through it. I took a lot of planning to get here. Here, let me actually get out my sarcophagus. And he did, and he was actually like, he was covered in bandages and things, and toilet paper, and all the kinds of things that a zombie could be wrapped up in. I suppose it wasn't a zombie, he was a mummy. Though I guess mummies are just kind of like zombies wrapped up in stuff. There's a bunch of wrapped zombies. But he approached me and just said, "Welcome to the party, young boy. Well, how can I help you here?" "Well, you see, I met a certain guy who works for the monster agency. He couldn't really find you guys. And, oh yeah, Hank, yeah, that guy. What do you say about us? What do you tell us? Are we getting a raise or something?" No, he wants you to come back." And there was an audible screech of the vinyl records, and everyone just stopped and went silent and stared at me. And there's nothing more terrifying than a bunch of monsters staring at you. And even the tax man turned his head, and we made eye contact, and I just, sorry, tax man. Yeah, so he, wants you guys to come back to the studio so that way you can rehearse for Halloween. You're being serious, man? Yes, sir. And the mummy kind of like towered over me a little bit. He was a very tall mummy. Very tall indeed. And he looked down at me and just said, "Listen to me here, pal. I want to run my party. And we are tired. That's the only fun thing we get to do is Halloween. But we want more fun things to do during our time. So, that's why we decided to run this party. We don't have to rehearse. We've done this so many times now." "Well, can you remember any of your lines? What you meant to say when you see the children?" Well, no, but that's besides the point. You're meant to... We can figure it out in the moment. Improvisation? Yes, improvisation. We are great at improv, aren't we, guys? Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, why not? Okay. Right. Gotcha. You know, something tells me, I don't entirely believe you guys all that much. Yes, well, you're also at our party. And clearly not a monster. I mean, look at you. You're not even scary. Well, I can be scary. What are you talking about? Prove it. Ah. 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 And next thing I knew, I was getting picked up from the side and immediately thrown out with full force out of the place and onto the ground in front. And the two kind of like bouncer zombies stood there, just kind of patted their hands and crossed their arms a little bit and stood there in front. Okay, fine. I won't go in. And it's like, okay, I gotta figure out a way to get all these guys to leave. All these monsters to leave. How they don't want to leave because the party's fun. How can I get them to leave? Okay, let me think about this. And an idea hit me in the head like a brick to the forehead. Except that would be painful. So it didn't feel like a brick to the forehead. In fact, it felt good. I had an idea, an ingenious idea. I was going to crash the monster party. And so I carefully kind of tiptoed around to the side, just looked at the bouncers and just said, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. Just take a little tinkle in the yard over here. Just gonna what? No, I know you can't talk. Your jaw got separated when you're younger, but he's gonna take a tinkle in the yard? Yeah, just a little tinkle spot. Everyone does it. Everyone just takes a tinkle in the yard. I'll be back after my tinkle, my yard tinkle. And so I ran off to the side, and I know this is a monster house. I know this is creepy. I know they got creepy places. So of course there was a locked basement outside, like a locked cellar door. And so I quickly climbed down to the cellar door. I got myself a dirty shovel and busted open the lock and climbed inside. And down there were all sorts of things. Paints, brushes, some tools of some kind. Something that I really sincerely hope is ketchup. And of course a flickering light. You can't have any of those without being like in a haunted house. And so I got the ingenious idea. I found myself a hole in the wall and using my very nimble skills managed to crawl inside with some paint containers. And I crawled in and I crawled up and I crawled through it all. And eventually I ended up in the ceiling right above the DJ room. And I heard the DJ beneath me. And I removed a singular floor panel. And I stood there and I looked down at them and said, okay, I'm going to take this paint bucket. I'm going to dump it all over them. And hopefully they will stop the music. And because it'll all be ruined from the paint. It's a perfect plan. Alright, now all I need to do is take this paint bucket here, and oh god! And I dropped it! And it fell! It landed right on the DJ's head. And, you know, it would have been fine if he was like a zombie or something like that. But no! This was the Kraken. The Kraken was the one. Well, it was the Kraken. It was the Kraken's cousin. The Kraken actually didn't go to the party. But his more land cousin. Like, it landed on his head and he completely passed out. And the music stopped. And everyone looked down at the bucket. And then up towards the ceiling. And just... Hey! Wow. Wow, those... You should have seen it, guys. You should have seen it. There was, like, just a massive rat. No, not a rat. A duck. There was a really big duck. And, you know, ducks like violence. So, he had this paint bucket up here with him. And he just kicked it down. And then I was thrown out of the place again. Face meeting the path in front of me, the dirt path. I had gotten mud all over me twice now. And the bouncers looked at me and just said, "Argh. Listen, pal, I don't understand you. Your jaw's a little dislocated there. You said if you come back in here again, we'll have to throw you out again. And from there, we will not allow you to come back inside." At least I think that's what he said. Is that what you said, buddy? And he gave a little bit of a thumbs up. And I was like, okay, I assume that means close enough. Okay, fine. And no going through the cellar door taking a yard tinkle this time. Right, sorry, okay. So, hypothetically, would there be any other entrances into the house? Well, there's the attic, if you can manage to climb up there. Fantastic. I mean, not fantastic, because now you know that I know that I'm thinking about the attic, so I won't go up into the attic because you know that I know about it. What? And now that they were thoroughly confused, I made my break and I said, okay, I'm gonna take a tinkle in the other yard. Wait, I said no more yard tinkles. I can hear you. And so I ran around the back and attempted to climb up the gutter. And I'm a big pig, I'll admit. And so I was a little slower climbing up there. I nearly broke the thing, but I managed to get up to the roof and break open the window with a brick and climbed inside. And I walked around in the attic. It was a creepy attic as per usual. There was the occasional mannequin up there, just kind of standing. It was all in complete darkness. There was a flashlight though. That was nice. Or some old film reels that were just playing random footage for no clear reason. And eventually I saw the stairs leading downward, and I thought to myself, okay, what's the best way to get all these monsters out of this place? Because I might have accidentally killed their DJ. That's definitely gonna bring down the mood a little bit. I think I just need to do one more final thing, and then we can all get them to go out of here. Alright. What's up here? We got all these mannequins. We got the film reels. Wait. Was that mannequin there before? Or did it move to a different spot? I don't like that. No. Not a fan of that. Okay, maybe we're just, oh god! And I tumbled down the stairs. And I just fell head over heels. I got so distracted by the mannequin and keeping my distance while also making eye contact that I just tumbled and fell and crashed into the punch bowl and probably destroyed it. And then, of course, all the music stopped and everyone looked at me all covered in punch. And the mummy walked up to me and said, You are really persistent, aren't you, man? Listen, all I want to do is have a nice party with my friends. We'll get back to work afterwards. But see, Mr. Mummy Man, the problem is that you don't want to do the work. The fact that you're here doing this instead of doing work is the problem. You need to go do work. You can rehearse. You can have how about this? How about you have a celebratory Halloween party afterwards? To celebrate terrorizing a bunch of children? Exactly! It's not something that's normally celebrated, but you can do it. Listen, you have a job to do. This is just being lazy. And I know I destroyed your punch bowl and killed your DJ, but still, I think you gotta go do your job. And, I'll pay for all this damage. You mean that, man? I mean it. I will. I'll do it because I've been breaking into all of your stuff. And, it's been... I feel a little bad for it. I feel bad for destroying all your things. Alright, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Alright, we'll get out of here. We'll go do this job. We'll go rehearse. We'll practice for terrorizing the children. And thanks for setting us straight. No problem, man. Just take it easy and, go get them kids. How much does this all cost? Well, this really isn't our house, so you have to take it up with the guy who lives here. You guys just threw a party in someone else's house? Yeah, it's like a haunted house on the hill. We don't know who lives here. Oh. Okay, I'll leave $20 on the counter and have a little post-it note that says sorry for the damage. And then, leave. I think that's probably best, yeah. And so, we left. Walking out the door, I put the $20 on the counter. Me and the tax man locked eyes and just kind of a little bit of a... Hi, Mr. Taxman. You're gonna pay up those debts you owe me, Mr. Warburton Pig? What debts? I'm pretty sure I paid my taxes. Oh God, did I forget to pay the right amount of taxes? How much taxes do I own? Mr. Taxman, get back here, please. That mannequin definitely moved. Nope, I'm out of here. Goodbye. And so I left the house, not really ever learning who lived there or what. But come Halloween, all the monsters did their job and scared the crap out of the children, and the taxman scared the crap out of me. But overall, it was a pretty nice Halloween, and I'm just glad that they did their jobs and are able to enjoy the holiday together with me getting scared. The end. That was enjoyable. I liked that story. I liked it. I liked it indeed. I definitely I liked it a lot. It was a nice story. It was fun. It was fun. The end. I forgot to say that. I forgot to say the end. The end. Alright, well that was fun. I hope you all enjoyed that as well. And if you want to submit your own improv story prompts, it's like a little thing. I'll put it in both chats. It is there for you if you want to submit it. You are free to just go to that form. It's 2 questions, either your Twitch or YouTube name, or you can leave it blank if you want to be anonymous. And it's a little prompt. It can be as long, as short as you want. And from there, you can just have your own story be told. And I'll do it on stream. Won't that be fun? I think so. I think so. But like I said before, this coming Friday, we'll be playing Faith the Unholy Trinity. I don't know how many of the chapters we'll get through, but hopefully it's going to be at least a few. And until then, though, I'm head back out to space as per usual. And if you're in space, I'll see you there. And if not, then I won't. And I hope you enjoyed the story, and we'll potentially get terrorized by some monsters come Halloween. It won't really hurt you, but just terrorize you a little bit. Bye-bye!